I now want to bring you a major exclusive that will give you a better idea of exactly how angry the Jewish community is feeling at the government and why. Tonight, I can reveal the head rabbi of the synagogue, whose Hanukkah event was targeted in last Sunday's terror attack, told Prime Minister Anthony Albanese he was not welcome at his synagogue. Rabbi Yoram Ulman from Chabad of Bondi is the father-in-law of Rabbi Eli Schlanger, another rabbi at the synagogue and the first victim identified in the massacre. Rabbi Eli was a father of 5 whose 2-month-old baby son was also injured in the attack. And now I can show you a recording of the explosive phone call between Rabbi Ulman and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after the massacre, where the respected Jewish leader blames Anthony Albanese and his Foreign Affairs Minister Penny Wong for the bloodshed. The recording begins with Netanyahu telling the rabbi in Hebrew his door is always open. It's then the conversation turns political as the rabbi tells the Israeli PM how Albanese reached out to him to attend the synagogue and says he wanted to pose for photographs with the rabbis. He told our PM his son Rabbi Eli would not have wanted the PM there.
ראשון, שזה קרה ביום ראשון, אחרי שכל זה קרה, אז באו המון אנשים לבית הכנסת שלי, בית חב"ד שלי, וראש הממשלה אלבניזי גם רצה לבוא, ואני ביקשתי, כי ידעתי שהחתן שלי זה לא מרוצה מזה, אנחנו אף פעם לא הסכמנו להיות, כי הוא מחפש את זה, הוא רואה שהם רבנים עושים תמונות איתו, אז ביקשתי שהוא לא יבוא. בערב הוא התקשר אליי, והוא דיבר איתי, דיברנו חצי שעה, אני אמרתי לו
Rabbi Ulman says Albanese called him after the attack and they spoke for 30 minutes. There was another phone call after he buried his son-in-law. And it was in those calls he claims he lashed the Prime Minister and his Foreign Minister Penny Wong over their anti-Israel policies and blamed them for last Sunday's massacre.
זה תוצאה ישירה מהמדיניות שלהם, שפני וונג אומרת שיש גנוציד ויש ethnic cleansing, אז זה נהיה, אף אחד לא מבין, ישראל, יהודים.
Now, just to be clear, Penny Wong has never used the terms genocide or ethnic cleansing, but she has said the issue of genocide was a matter for the International Court of Justice, which is still considering a case filed by South Africa. She certainly has never strongly denied that accusation, which of course is utterly outrageous and designed to taunt Jews with the most hurtful accusation possible, that we, or the Jewish state, is committing the same atrocities perpetrated on the Jews in the Holocaust. But back to the recording, and Rabbi Ulman says he gave Albanese example after example of how the Australian government's response to the war in Gaza dangerously escalated the antisemitism crisis at home.
שהגיעה משלחת של רופאים, והם באו לבוזון, וכמה נהרגו, מיד, בלי שום הבטיחו לי שיהיה חקירה, אז הישימה, אמרתי לו, איזה אינטרס יש לישראל להרוג אותם? זה פשוט נגד אינטרס שלנו.
In the same phone call, Netanyahu tells the rabbi he needs to ask the Albanese government to allow the Jewish community to be armed to protect themselves, a demand that the Israeli PM also made through my colleague Shari Markson in an interview she did exclusively last week.
You know that Jews are going to be targeted, so have the ability to have armed guards. You cannot fight with your bare hands against somebody who comes with a Kalashnikov rifle or an automatic rifle. It's impossible.
Rabbi Ulman was unavailable to comment on the recording tonight, but he gave me his first interview since the attack after the event last night to honour the victims 1 week on from the horrific attacks. And he told me he wasn't surprised by the booing Albanese received at that event.
Blood on your hands! Blood on your hands!
the Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese.
I wasn't surprised because the community feels very hurt and very betrayed. But I do hope, we believe that everybody should get a second chance. And I do hope that he will do what we call in Hebrew tshuva, repentance, and many things that could be done that will reverse the policies of the government.
For Rabbi Ulman, the message is clear. The demonization of Israel, stoked by this government's response to October 7, is behind the rise in anti-Semitism.
Ultimately, hatred for Israel, hatred for Zionism, is hatred for the Jewish people.
The question is, will Albanese listen to what this eminent rabbi is telling him? A spokesperson for Mr. Albanese declined to comment. Sky News does understand, while the Prime Minister did call Rabbi Ulman and offer his support, no demands were made to take photographs with rabbis. Albanese has previously said he would not attend any funerals he was not invited to. Clearly, most in the community feel he hasn't earned an invite after 2 years of weak leadership.